This is not a butterfly joint. This is not a butterfly joint. This is such a controversial 2-pack for some reason. I've never seen people cry over a 2-pack like this. In today's video, we are gonna be taking a look at this brand new Iron Man Extremis armor and Marvel's Mandarin. And if you stay around to the end, we're actually gonna do a little bit of a Mandarin fix-up that I've seen a lot of users already start doing. I just realized I don't have many modern comic book Iron Man figures. All my stuff is old classic. Like, I have 17 armors that look like a variation of this. Gold, black, pointy mask, round mask. When it comes to the newer stuff, I used to have this figure, the original one, because when it comes to the Iron Man, like modern suits, I just feel like the plastic they use is always really cheap hollow. And I don't know, man, it just never comes across as, ooh, there's already a lot of QC issues I got already. All right. All right, interesting. Now, I am in no way saying there's no valid criticism because, you know, you guys know me. I'm always the first one to call things out where I see them, what I think. So we are going to go over other people's criticism, my criticism, and see just what is what. And of course, we got to start with the Mandarin because I think the Iron Man is the standout of this set. And I do think there could have been a lot more things they could have done to make this Mandarin more appealing. So the first complaint going against it that a lot of people are saying is this is not the classic Mandarin that everyone wants, right? That Asian kind of outfit and all that kind of stuff. That's what people wanted, right? And even the green version that was in like one of the cartoons, people want that version. But we got guy in suit. Now, I love guys in suits, so I get why we do this. But I do see why this is like it's not as exciting, but there's things they could have done to make it more exciting. So first up, at least it looks like it is using the Daredevil body. This is the best suited body that we have so far. They've updated a bunch of things with it. So it's nice that we at least have the updated body, pinless, all that good stuff, right? Feels very nice. They did give it a new jacket. So he has like kind of an overcoat. It's a longer coat. And he has a suit jacket underneath it. You could see it's double layered. Again, and it's funny because somebody said if you take the goatee away, that this looks like me. Do you guys think that looks like me? Leave a comment down below. I could see it. I could see it. I think it's the eyebrows. But yeah, you could totally use this as a custom of me. Of course, I'm the Mandarin. It's funny that this came out right now because I just rewatched Iron Man 3 with my wife. If you're new here, I'm currently rewatching the MCU from the beginning. And we just finished Iron Man 3, and it's a lot better than I remembered. I remember the trailer making it seem like it was some other type of movie. So when that twist happened, I remember in the theater, there were audible groans, and people were really unhappy. And I think that movie kind of grows on you. Like, I really enjoyed it this time that I watched it, but I remember not liking it in the theaters when I first watched it. I still remember after all the hype of the Avengers movie, I don't think it was what people wanted at the time, but I do think it's fun. But yeah, so the Mandarin is in there is completely different, obviously. I guess it's more to this. Everything is pretty similar that we have. He does have the ball jointed neck. We do have this white hair. So, okay, I know this is from a different storyline where his rings are infused in his spine, right? That's not how a lot of people see the Mandarin. I understand the whole thing is it's Asian guy with rings, right? That's pretty much, right? If we boil it down, that's what people are looking for. So we do have a handset that has rings. I would have liked an open handset with rings. I don't think that would have been too much to ask for. So we have open hands, just regular. We have hands with rings closed. We have these open kind of scary hands, like monster hands. We have 2 energy effects and an extra head. I do not think that was enough for a suited plain body because this is an expensive set. It's like 50, 60 bucks. And these are 2 kind of basic. We're getting a re-release and basically 2 re-releases. Yeah, they updated some articulation, but it's basically still 2 re-releases. So I see the complaints. All the complaints valid. The rings look pretty cool, and you can on the shelf make this guy work for whatever kind of modern Mandarin you want him to be, right? Like, I get it. That's pretty good. You know what? The head actually looks a little like Leonardo DiCaprio to me, at least on the camera. Here is the head sculpt. I don't think anyone's going to have him in. I just guessing. I don't know why. Okay, here's some energy effects. Here he is with his other look. I'm guessing this is when the rings are infused in his spine and it makes him gray hair and go crazy. Looks pretty cool. I don't know. I'm probably not going to keep him like this. I will read the story. And if I like the story, then I'll be more excited about this character. But I don't know. I never read the comic that this is modeled after. Here we are with the Iron Man. And as you can see here, it doesn't come with much. We have 2 fist hands, 2 open palm blast hands, 2 blast effects in a new color. I think this looks pretty cool. It's like a gradient paint. Masked head, and then a sort of unmasked head where he has that, he did have this look in the comic, so it looks good. Now, I would have asked, and I think this set would have went down with a lot more people, is if they also included this Tony Stark, when he looked like this, unmasked, I think everyone would be freaking out. They would be doing customs. There would be just a lot more going on. I really believe they dropped the ball this is really nice, but you could only have this as an unmasked on here. And I think if they just had one more head sculpt, it could have saved this whole set. Do you guys agree with that? I really believe an unmasked Tony Stark head in this, when he looked like in this extremist armor. That was when, I think, that story was going on when the new movie was out. And I think a lot of people were hopping on into comics because the movies were just starting to get popular. And I do remember the Extremis armor being very, like, big at the time. That book, the story, the imagery, like, it was very popular at the time. So I even think some people would have bought 2 sets just for the Tony Stark head sculpt. That's how it is sometimes with toy collectors. We have these energy effects that go in his hands, or you could put them in his feet. I still don't know why they can never give us 4. These things, this doesn't even cost a cent of a penny of a cent. 1 penny of a cent to make. They could have included 4 so he could do like that flying pose, like where he's using all the repulsors to fly. I mean, if you collect Marvel Legends, you have 17 million of these, but I'm just saying, like, you know, accessories make a set special. That's just the way it is. It makes it more fun. So let's take a look at the updated articulation. Head looks up. He does have a lower ball jointed neck too, so you could do all that kind of stuff. You could do that. They did give him butterfly joints, but oh, this isn't butterfly joints. All right, this is what I talked about in my Wolverine thing I just did. These are going to be, this is the fake butterfly joints that they're using now to shut up collectors, and it's not butterfly joints. It is the McFarlane Toys ball joint method. So it's just a joint with the ball joint, and then they put this extra washer piece that's floating. Look, as you can see, it's just a piece that's floating inside there. If you pop this arm off, it'll, look, oh, there it is. This is not a butterfly joint. This is not a butterfly joint. I just think it's like a Max Mofo meme. Let me educate you guys. This is a butterfly joint. The arm is on a whole separate piece that moves fully back, fully forward. So they just tricked all you toy collectors. Bro, it's the best. I saw one major toy collector say, this is the best Iron Man figure they've ever made. The articulation's insane. That's a fake butterfly joint. Damn. They do have the ab crunch, which is nice. I always like this type of ab crunch. They definitely did update this sculpt. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not saying this sculpt is bad, but, you know, like saying, oh, Hasbro, they did it the best one ever. I can believe that. But yeah, that's a cop-out. So that is not a butterfly joint. I'm just glad I could show all you guys. I like this. I like this Iron Man a lot more than I thought I was gonna. I'm gonna have to read the story again. I think I read it back in like then, right? When did this run come out? Oof. Yeah, that's a QC issue. Big. Look. So something's wrong with my articulation here in this. Let's pop it out. Let's see. Yeah, look, there's a error in my mold. You see that? You see it's kind of sharp on one side and loose in the other side, and then look at that melted right here. Yeah, and look, this is crooked too. Of course, I get the error one. Jeez. All right. Well, yeah, I'm not paying $60 for that error. I'm going to probably return this now. Damn. I'll buy another one. Don't worry. Look out for QC issues. I didn't see anyone complaining about QC issues, so it's probably just mine, of course. Right when I was getting excited about having this guy. I don't know. That's cool, man. This looks great. This is really nice. I'm liking this. This is a good Iron Man figure. I'm liking it. And the paint does look better in person. I saw some pictures and some reviews, and I didn't think the paint looked good on here, and this looks good. Well, double jointed knees, by the way. I think I didn't finish my articulation. Double jointed knees, double jointed elbows, pinless, everything. And that ab crunch is very nice. Look at that. Look at that push all the way to the back, all the way to the forward, Legs go up pretty good. You could definitely get some cool poses on here. Is it the most spectacular, amazingest? I don't know. I wouldn't say that, but maybe is it the most articulated one? I guess there's an argument there, but they usually do cut corners with Iron Man because they know everyone's going to buy him anyway, right? Damn, I'm digging this guy. I'm going to see if I could heat up his leg and try to fix it myself so I don't have to return this, because I do want this on my shelf. This is very cool figure. The fists down. All right, look at that. This looks cool. I like it. All right. Before we do some of the swaps, let's look at him next to some other Iron Man figures. Here he is next to a comic Iron Man and a movie Iron Man, and he's pretty in scale. Here he is next to 97 Wolverine, looking pretty good. And here he is next to the Mandarin from a different storyline. All right, let's do that little swap. So I saw a lot of people doing this, and it looked like it was pretty good. And the cool thing is you could find this guy super cheap at Ross, Ollie's, DD's. And I just thought this would make a fun video, so I want to try it out myself. So all you have to do is you pop his head off, pop on the Mandarin head. Oh, wow. It like literally fits too. Then we're going to pop his hands off. And you pop his hands off, you put the rings on, and you basically have a comic book Mandarin for really cheap. And you could use this suit body for customs or whatever. And all you have to do is swap his neck out, or you just paint his neck. And the way the head sits on the thing, you won't even get that much paint rub. So you could really easily paint that neck, and you have a really sick looking Mandarin. I think that's sick. So is all the hate valid? No, this is a pretty decent set. It shouldn't be like, $50-$60, but at least there's some fun factor here. And I wish we got the unmasked head. What do you guys think? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. If you want to get $50 in free credit for both of us, I need everybody go check out my Mercari shop. Use my code. Down below is the link. You guys signing up is how I buy a lot of these figures. We both get up to $50 in credit.